you know, I'll try to eat well, work out. Funny thing is, I may have consumed more drugs than your average housing project, but I still got a better build than, you know, these kids who were only half my age. My name is Dan Burke, and I'm a club booker in the live music field and concert promoter. I know about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in Toronto. Seems to me about 20,000 know me, which makes me a big fish in a small aquarium in this city. And I don't have any friends. It's probably partly my fault, but I don't really fit in. I'm as well known for what I've been able to achieve as for what I've been able to, or what ruckuses, what commotions I've been able to cause. You know, I was a journalist for 10 years. My last job was at the Fifth Estate. I was an investigative journalist, you know, majoring in organized crime. I once undertook a project to expose a corrupt RCMP agent named, a high-ranking RCMP agent, Inspector Claude Savoie, and it succeeded. He was not under investigation by the RCMP, just by me. I was working for the Fifth Estate, and the day before the show went on the air, he had committed suicide in RCMP headquarters in Toronto. And as it turned out, he was on the pad, taking $250,000 from the West End gang. I wonder how other people would feel about it. The rest of the people at the Fifth Estate were really excited, so. But I actually knew him. I'd met him, interviewed him, been with him for hours. You know, 3 hours at least one day in Ottawa. So maybe I should have felt, you know, a bit sad for him or something, but I didn't. And I went on to become a 24/7 crackhead in Toronto, and I was fortunate that I recovered somewhat from that. I was able to rebound occupationally, and you know, as I made my way, and I ended up a live show booker and you know, concert promoter, and distinguished myself at that. But the lifestyle I've lived over the past 10 years is really atrocious. You know, in the comfort zone, in front of the stage, I was up on the stage, and there was people crowded and packed, and you could see and you could feel and see in their faces the anticipation of the Zoo Bombs, the excitement about the Zoo Bombs about to play. And I was the Zoo Bombs, the leader of the Zoo Bombs, Don, who calls me his father. He's had a son since I got to know him, and a little guy. He's 5 now. Mifune is his name, and at that time Mifune was 3 years old, anyways, and I had him in my arms, and I was taking all this in. There was a track from Rolling Stones' Exile on Main Street playing. Band was just about ready to go on, and I realized this is one of the greatest moments of my life. And then me and Mifune went out, and I looked at Mifune and a lot too. Then we went up. I carried him up to the mic, and we introduced the band. But I realized that was one of the greatest moments of my life. And then, you know, Canada just seems to be an arrangement to me, as you know, a head office with subsidiaries and branch offices, and you know, with the exception of hockey's got such great heart and soul. I don't know what there is here that's a binding or bonding experience. You know, you're looking at basically a colonial culture, which is subservient to authority. It follows, it doesn't lead, with the exception of Quebec. My father, who hated the separatists, you know, and who made a few stands against them, organized pro-Canada rallies at the Montreal Forum. My father, past few years, has come down to saying, at least they believe in something.